I stare at them long enough, I can feel the rhythm in your eyes and it makes my soul start dancing. Dancing in random patterns in rhythmic circles that seem to spell out letters, and these letters spell out words, and these words turn into sentences, and these sentences turn into poems. And sometimes these poems turn into songs that I like to sing in the shower. I like to watch the words evaporate into the steam, go over and fog up the mirror, and I draw a heart in them. It makes me feel like we've just made love. Then I take your words and I begin to put them into my pores, getting deep into my skin, only to go out into the hot sun where I start to sweat you. Every single word of you begins to trickle down my body, and I become a walking dictionary with only definitions of you. When people look at me, they see you written all over my face. But they can't manage to see the word mine that somehow trickled down to my private thoughts. And when I'm outside, I inhale your words and I exhale them into the wind, and they create white sentences inside of a blue sky. Some people call them clouds. It's funny trying to watch them figure them out. They're often wondering what those pictures and those symbols could be, but they don't realize that they're just trying to decipher the communication of the love that we got, and baby, it ain't that simple. For what we got is a language and a communication that existed before colonization. We spoke through shadow kisses as our silhouettes walked along the Serengeti. We sipped on herbal teas while studying the art of a Tanzanian sunset. Our souls held each other in cosmic silence as we created Swahili poetry. The kind of poetry that I would recite to you on the day of our commitment, just so that our ancestors knew that I could love you in the right way. And so now I sit across from you, staring at your eyes, and the history of what we got is written on every single strand of your lashes. And when you blink, it's like our pages are turning like the pages in the books of some of my dreams. And one time I wrote a dream about you, and I read it in my sleep. I kneeled on the floor, I closed my eyes, I clasped my hands, and I spoke out loud thoughts of you and I sleeping together. Pieces of you, I placed you inside my pen, and I wrote you all over the sheets of our bed, and then I laid in them and engulfed myself in the poetry of us. The words seeped through the sheets and into my skin, and I absorbed our words and turned our words into metaphors, and turned our metaphors into daydreams, and daydreams into nightmares. Nightmares while I'm running, and you are catching, and I'm falling, and you are yelling, and we are gliding, while gravity is pulling, and we are disappearing before we even hit the ground. And then I wake up to find myself holding on to the letters of us, cuddling up inside the curves of our words and smelling the scents made by our sounds. And I wish I didn't have to write this about you, but poetry commands that I do. Since I can't connect to you, this is the closest way that I can have you, and sometimes I feel like I'm inside you once my pen grinds up on this paper. And I have to remember to write at a very slow and steady pace, keep my words long, big, and deep, but try not to make them come too fast. But it feels so damn good to dot your eyes and brush your teeth. I'm not sure how much longer this poem might last. Maybe just 1, 2, 3, 4 more paragraphs, and I have to remember to keep a cap on my pen just to prevent my ink from spilling, because the next time I write about you, you might wind up pregnant with twins, and if you do, we'll just call them baby girl simile and baby boy metaphor. Oh, I wish I didn't have to write this about you anymore, but poetry commands that I do. And so every night I will write, and every night I will dream. And every night I will wake up wishing it was your eyes instead of these words, and that it was your lips instead of these verbs, and that I could kiss you and swirl my words around in your mouth and have you chew on my sentences so you know what I'm thinking just by tasting my prose. Since I can't have you realistically, I can always have you through my poetry.